Good evening, everyone. Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 5:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 23rd, 2021. This isn't financial advice, it's educational. Subscribe, share the video, click the thumbs up. We're here to talk about the graph and its greatness. Now, a couple things with the graph. We're at 74 cents pretty much. We hit a high around 75. We're definitely running into a little bit of resistance here. We're going to go through that in a second, but just so we're clear, currently resistance looking like right over here, if I go back in time, looks like a relative area of support, relative area of resistance, relative area of resistance again back over here. So looks like 77 cents is an area of resistance locally at this point in time. So, you know, if we were to draw it over this way, this is roughly where it looks like it would be. Actually, 77 cents more like it. So we will and potentially will have some resistance here. It's good to just know. We did rise up, but this rise on graph relative to dollar was really driven by Bitcoin's move. Now let's look at the underlying pair of graph relative to Bitcoin. This is where we are hitting our head for the last few days. We have been hitting our head on this thing at 1482. For us to make a real big difference in the graph dollar, this thing needs to let go and get above this resistance area. And we talked about this the last time. And I think we might have a point where at some point when this does break and Bitcoin is, and Bitcoin stays at or goes up, I think we're going to have a real juicy rally for the graph. But right now we do have a resistance area of 1482. Hopefully we can break it. And we have support right now over here at the low 1300s. It could be that this thing, as optimistic as I want to be, this could be a flag and this could be the pole. But, if breaking above 1483 will be pretty demonstrable in my view. I think if we get past that, I think we've got quite a room to grow to 1627. So this would be the next area of resistance if we can get past the 1482 range. So I'm just going to draw this out here. But again, we got to get past this part first, and then we've got a lot of room up that way. So another 10% money move to add to the graph if we can get past that 1482 range. So in the meantime, that's the bogey. Right now, 50,750. Why did the graph go up? Well, the graph to Bitcoin was suppressed. Well, it's because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin itself took a nice rally. In fact, it kind of went through this resistance line on this bullish descending broadening wedge. We talked about it a bunch of times. However, it's not fully confirmed and or validated. We need a proper daily candle to close. So we really need to close above this line in order to make it real. So by tomorrow, hopefully we see that this is still above 50,400 to have that confirmation. So we'll see. And I'll continue to keep my eye on that. In the meantime, this rectangle pattern looks like to be the trek up at the end of this rectangle, as we've seen multiple times here, as we've seen multiple times here. So this looks like we could be on our merry way. Ho, 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 up to 80K. I don't know that we're going to get there this year as much as I would have liked to by the end of the year. But I think we've gotten pretty close to 68K, but we'll still see. We still got another week and a day before we turn the page on this. But right now, Bitcoin 50,700, 800. Bitcoin dominance going sideways. Nothing fancy, nothing schmancy. 74 on the graph. We really want to see. I want to see this one here. This is the spot. 1482 on the graph relative to Bitcoin, and all things will fly in my view on the graph. Talk soon.